All right, guys, welcome back. I'm keeping a close eye on APOP right now, so I want to watch this one with you guys. I'm actually red on APOP, so I'm a little bit cautious how I'm trading this. Overall, though, I think we're doing all right pre-market. I'm up 1,600 on KULR. KULR technologies, and then APOP I'm down. I was actually down over 500 on APOP. My last trade made a little bit of money here on this breakout trade, but I gave back. This was a big loss right here, which is actually silly. I got stopped out right before the move back up, so it could have actually been a scratch of a trade. Watching APOP a little bit shaky here because 5 minute it's still kind of extended. So I'm not sure if we're going to get super aggressive on it just yet. Maybe we'll wait for a bit more of a pullback below 5.2 if it's going to happen. I don't even know. Gapping up 60% right now with a 13 million market cap and 4 million shares outstanding. Also around a 4 million float. Israel Biotech here. Possible merger agreement catalyst. Anyway, guys, good morning. Welcome back here. It's Thursday, June 17th, and it's 9 a.m. So calm and collected here. I was calling out in the chat room TRCH coming out with a double bottom and having a bounce from a double bottom. Talk about coulda, shoulda, woulda traded it. I called it out in the chat room right in this area. Right now it's up 4% from that move. So I didn't trade it. I wanted to trade it, but I felt like there was a few things moving and I couldn't decide. Anyway, this would have been really good. Decent volume as well. So congrats to anyone that nailed that move. Really, really good one. Today's a kind of tricky day, but if you understand the way the tickers are trending, front side, ranging, backside, I think today you could make some money or this pre-market, because at first I was tripping over myself with APOP, kind of trading it like it was on a front side move, which it is now. But when I switched over to KULR, I was like, okay, well, this ticker is clearly in a backside after I got a small trade on it here. And when you trade backside, you buy near big support and look for a simple retrace base hit. And that's what I was doing again and again. And I was able to rack in some nice profits. I wish I was still trading it in this area. We had a huge bounce here. But I wasn't online at the moment. I was just running around the house doing some other things. So yeah, overall, pretty mellow. MTP had a great rounded bottom here. I'm a little disappointed I didn't trade this one. We were coming out with a rounded bottom. We had first higher low here, and then I was watching it in this area, and I was like, I should really jump on this pullback. I didn't, and it jumped up 8%. So you can kind of see that today we are getting some pretty nice opportunities. I'm going to reduce my volume, my microphone volume a little bit here. Again, I'm not really sure why it constantly readjusts itself lately. Yeah, nice Hollywood. That's what it's all about. I'm a little bit nervous trading KULR in these areas because it's just kind of consolidating with light volume. I don't know. This is a tough one to trade right now. I could easily get stuck in a bad position. APOP has some really aggressive flushes sometimes. Maybe if we can jump on one, I wouldn't mind going long APOP before the market opens. Yeah, guys, I'm feeling all right. Yesterday I was so tired. Today I'm still pretty tired. I slept in a little bit longer than usual. Try to make my morning somewhat free, but overall I'm feeling. I had a little bit of a headache this morning as well, but hopefully that's going to be the last of it. APOP popping again. Quick moves. Kind of sketchy though. I don't know why, but just feels a little bit intense, this ticker. I got the BioNTech Pfizer one. In the meantime, while we're waiting for a little bit more action again, KULR, let's quickly look it up. It's not on Finviz, surprisingly. Sometimes new tickers aren't on Finviz. This ticker is somewhat new. It's not like brand new IPO, so I'm kind of surprised it's not on there. Maybe it was an uplist recently. I'm not sure. OTC. No, this isn't OTC. Hold on one sec. OTC markets. KULR really OTC? Hold on one sec. How was I not aware of that? Hold on. Usually OTC has additional commission on TUS. That's why I feel like I would have noticed it. Yeah, you could trade OTC pre-market. New York Stock Exchange. You know what? Okay, so yeah, something didn't make sense. What I think what happened is KULR was OTC. It got uplisted, and that's why Finviz doesn't have it yet. Oftentimes, Finviz doesn't have OTC stock, so I think it was recently uplisted. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what happened here. I think there was a recent uplist somewhere here. Wow, I was just listening to Jack Johnson like for the last 2 hours, and now I still feel like I'm listening. It's weird. Or sometimes it gets quiet. I'm like, something's wrong. I'm sure there's uplist news somewhere here. I just can't find it. Oh well, it's not so important. We know it's New York Stock Exchange now. KULR with a 47 million float. I'm not sure if we're going to see a revival on this one at all. It was a big sell-off it had, so I'm not super optimistic. Catalyst is pretty nice. Government permit for lithium battery. Sounds pretty good, but the sell-off on this one is very strong. So pulled back almost 50% from the open. Maybe near the open, KULR is going to have a bit of a flush, and then it's going to rally again. That could be the case. I'm not sure, but it could be the case for sure. So that's KULR. We talked about APOP a little bit, the Israel 4 million float, biotech company. And then we obviously have MTP, which at the moment is our percentage-wise lead gapper by only 2%, up 60%. It was up a bit more when I was first watching this one in this area. UK biotech, 26 million market cap, 12 million shares outstanding, and according to Finviz, a 10 million float. They have Catalyst here, announces breakthrough data using QSphera technology. What I actually like about this one is it looks like they've been consolidating for some time and reducing their expenses. So we'll see how that holds up. I have no trade. This is the one of the 3 lead gappers that I have yet to trade. And then CLSD, we don't want to forget about CLSD. It is a... Is it on this list? No, it's not. But it's been a multi-day runner, and we've been trading it from time to time. Wow, found a lot of support here. Rallied up again, 50%. It's kind of creeping in the shadows. MTP has, some nice upside here, but a lot of these kind of spikes have been one-day spikes and weren't able to hold the high. So I'm a little bit nervous that this might just start selling off here. Really need this ticker to keep holding the highs. Technically, this is a little bit of a gun pattern here, which sometimes rallies to the upside. I don't know. It's not a clear one for me personally. 3.5, big resistance. There might be some support around 320. I don't know. Long term, this ticker is a disaster. Absolute disaster. CLNE still the #1 talked about ticker on Wall Street Bets. A lot of consolidation on this one, but if you are long CLNE, you could probably find some comfort in the fact that it's resting right near major support here at around $10. So there's a really good chance it might give another pop soon to the upside. But if it doesn't, if it breaks 10, I would even argue more like $9. That'd be really risky because there's definitely a little bit more support here in this area. But this is definitely the first line of defense. And then we got, the 180 simple moving average coming in. But if we break that, I think we could keep selling off below 7.5 fairly quickly. So I would really not want this area to crack if I was long CLNE. But right now could be a great buying time. Short float, only 6%. Short ratio, 0.6. Yeah, it's not so great. Sales are falling on this one. Shares outstanding are more or less increasing. It's not a good sign. I don't know. It's not a ticker for me to probably swing trade. Yeah, I could say that much. After 50 years of war on drugs, critics ask, what good has it done? I'm still kind of leaning that, legalization of pretty much everything might be the way to go. I think we've learned from time and time again, the countries that have done that have only benefited. And then you redirect the money from, let's say, fighting drugs, you've put that money in rehabilitation. It's a whole different topic, but something that we should maybe discuss more often. Biden and Putin say their summit was constructive. It seemed very surface level, but hey, at least, there's open dialogue, right? Some of the bigger news today, I would argue, is the Fed has now a date on stimulus, inflation, or when inflation is going to increase, and that's 2023, which, everyone saw coming, and I think it might actually be good for the markets because now we have a little bit of anticipation or less anticipation and kind of an definitive number. So it could be good. Either way, markets are pretty much right below all-time highs right now after a very consistent run to the upside. So we'll see how well this continues. Maybe we'll get a little bit of sell-offs in the next few days. Yeah, look at that, 117 degrees here. It's about to get really hot for many parts of the West. Whew, whew. That would freak me out. We just got a second ventilator in this house, which is basically a fancy word for a fan. The banks are very adamant about getting the employees back in the office. Do you guys know first Google store opens up here in the Chelsea district in New York City? I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind going to it. I think Pixel is gonna be one of the next phones I get. I think I'm not totally sure yet, but I've been looking into it a bit. Here on Morning Brew, they have a good article on the Fed, or you could just pause this video and read it. Slack allowing you to schedule sends. GM going all in on the EV game. Let's check out their stock price. Big breakout on APOP. Let's go back to APOP. Look at that, 922. This thing's ripping 10% here. Really, really strong. Next major resistance on this ticker, you know, you could probably argue is around 6 or so. Right now we're at 5.6. I was just about to say that, but I was like, well, that's pretty much where we're at right now. So let's see how well this can continue. Could be a strong front side. Yeah, G-Nobbin. It's super true. I like whenever you see a house here with AC, you feel like it's fake news. You're like, there's probably a really strong fan or something instead. I actually walked into an apartment building today and I thought it had AC, but it was just a really cold basement. Some of the houses here are constructed really, really well. Thanks for the donation, Manny Omega. Appreciate the $5. Sheba's little brother. A lot of people are starting to talk about it. No, I personally have not heard about it myself. We could definitely look into it. I'm pretty skeptical with pretty much every coin, though. Pretty much almost every coin that's been called out has been pure scam. So I'll take note of it here. Watching APOP really closely. Could see some continuation. But this might be the coin you're talking about. I'm not totally sure. Jupiter? I don't know if that's the one. I'll just take note of it here for future conversation. APOP selling off a little bit there. Could be a great time to enter. We got another 5 minutes before the market opens. Possible upside past 6. So I like the possible upside on this ticker. We got iSun crawling up as well. 42% out of nowhere. Volume at first was very light, but it spiked up very quickly. This is going to take a little bit of momentum away from APOP. Says selected by competitive bid 200 minutes. EV fleet, off-grid charging networks, contract valued at $2 million. That's pretty good. iSun here at a 92 million market cap. That's like 3% at best contract. It's not the biggest contract. It's not a huge contract for this ticker to be popping so hard, but it has a low float, so that's probably why. I don't know. I don't know. Kind of sketchy. Let's go here to the daily on APOP. We got big resistance at 15. Price is currently at 15. So are we going to see a move past this? Maybe to 17, 18. I don't know. We were trading APOP in this area earlier at 7 a.m. and then again here for a quick little breakout. But overall, I'm actually down on APOP 272. I was down over 500 on this one, or around 500, and I'm up 1600 on KULR. But KULR, I feel like, is a little bit dead, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be touching this ticker anymore. This is big news. Congress approves bill to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. I wonder if the markets are going to be closed. You guys see how Coca-Cola stock dropped $4 billion after Cristiano Ronaldo was like, don't drink Coke, drink water. Or no, he just said drink water or something like that. Cryptocurrency flattening a little bit. Bitcoin, Tencent always fighting for their spot. You guys crawling here right after I review a ticker. LOL. We just we literally just talked about CLSD. Another minute before the market opens. Comment collected. You know, there's no really reason to rush into anything. I think APOP and MTP are the best two lead gappers at the moment. CULR definitely, CLSD definitely has a bit of support below it, so that could be really good. Swing trade, I don't know. I'd be a little bit nervous if I was holding it. KULR, I think this ticker might be done. It is pulling back around 50%, and this is the ticker I made pretty much all my profit on so far. I don't know. I would maybe consider trading it again. Maybe it's going to have a bounce off 2.5 or something like that. I'll put an alert on, but I don't think I'm going to get super aggressive on it. Time of force day, have 1,000 shares ready to go on whatever ticker I jump in on. I don't know. It's okay. APOP is really rushing up. It's been a little bit tricky to trade this ticker, I feel like. A lot of delayed moves. So we'll see how we go. Good luck, everyone. I think we could see 620 or so really quick on APOP, but I'm not going to jump in it yet. A little too risky right now for me. MTP, very consistent momentum to the upside here. It did have a lot of resistance, but popping up again. Remember, APOP, every time it has a big gap day, I feel like it sells off most of the time. So that's why I'm also a little bit hesitant trading it here. APOP, lead gapper, And MTP also kind of a lead, pretty much lead gapper as well. Like they're really fighting over first place right now. Very similar percent up and dollar volume and even price. So it's very similar, these two tickers right now. KULR looks like it may have found that floor, but again, I'm not going to jump on this ticker yet. I would probably wait for maybe a move closer to 2.5, but I don't even know if I'm going to trade it at all. No, good to see you again, Juan. Nice open too on that ticker. Strong pullback. A little bit less volume than one would hope for after such a big move the day before. All right, APOP looks like it's leading the charge right now, with MTP a little bit confused. Nice break on APOP. That was a 15% pop. Pretty nice. Taking some quick profits there because that was a really strong flush. I didn't really want to be part of it. Not to mention, APOP is the one ticker I'm red on, so I know I'm not trading it so well. Very quick entry, very quick sell. Small size. I'm having a hard time wanting to jump in on anything right now. MTP had quite the flush here. I wonder if it's going to start finding a little bit of support. We know around 320 there's a good little support layer, so we'll see if maybe this one's going to be a quality little dip buy coming up here. Already 2% bounce. It's actually not bad at all. No, Jared, I usually don't follow the SPY. If I'm if I'm day trading some larger tickers over 500 mil, sometimes. But these small caps, they don't really care what the market's doing. I've noticed. Yeah, so if we jumped on MTP, that would actually been a pretty good move. VINO. After about a 38% sell-off. Joint LA project. APOP flush. Good thing we took profits quickly on that one. I knew I wasn't really a big fan of that ticker. We've had some big sell-offs on this ticker. Yeah, I don't know. ORPH, it's pulling back nicely, trying to bounce. Volume's been selling off though, so I'm not crazy about it. Nice move on CLSD. Really good move, actually. This Reddit ticker. Flying. Had a perfect pullback back to that support and then just ripped. Probably one of the nicer opens we've seen. 18%. Wow, impressive. Congrats to anyone that nailed that one. I wasn't even really focused on it. KULR still selling off. I had a big feeling that this ticker was just going to sell off. Maybe we'll end up trading this one. Could be a good little bounce at one point. This one had really nice dead cat bounces already. But I would want this one to sell off even further. I would probably not consider buying it until we were in the 250s. I don't know at what point, but I feel like that would be ideal. Yeah, it's not a market that I'm super stoked about. I feel like right now the best thing you could do is kind of take your paws off the trigger a little bit. I mean, there's opportunities for sure. CLSD was definitely one of the better ones, getting really aggressive on that on the break of VWAP. But I wasn't looking at it at the time, so I missed it. I'm also, really just looking for the best setups at the moment. Yeah, Iceland's on a continuous sell-off. CLSD could be setting up a move. And technically it's still on a front side, but a lot of sell volume that popped up. Here we go, MTP selling off. No, actually ended up holding. I was kind of hoping it would sell off. I kind of wanted to trade APOP a little bit more, but you know, you really don't want to be forcing a ticker that you're already red on. So I was really just kind of waiting for the better setups on this ticker. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'm looking at one or not. So lack of conviction is holding me at bay. Yeah, there goes MTP back above 3.2. I was hoping it would keep selling off before I wanted an entry on it. Yeah, KULR, I am watching it. I have an alert on it. I kind of doubt it's going to go off, but this is definitely one I would like to snag. I'll put an order at 253 just in case. I think at one point it could bounce. What I really like about KULR is the fast rate of change. You know, you could really rack in some quick profits on it. I mean, this green candle is like 6-7%. Pretty nice. Except huge resistance here. It had a failed breakout, so far it's really struggling. But the volume overall today is really, really strong. I mean, this thing sold off around 50% though, so I don't know, kind of nasty. There goes APOP. I knew this ticker was not trustworthy. APOP recovers fairly fast though after a red candle. CLSD still making nice little bull flag. Could continue past 5.8. I didn't think I was going to do so little trading after the market opened today. I felt like pre-market was actually, it was like kind of good, but like mellow at the same time. So I was like, okay, we have potential, but a lot of selling off. CULR breaking back above 2.8. Let's see how well it can hold. Yep, same here, Darren. VINO. Let's see what's cracking. Wow, opened up from that hold up 20% almost, and then got halted again. Former high. Well, we have a big resistance zone around $8 somewhere here. And then we have high at 903, definitely worth keeping in mind. Short-term areas. $14 could be a spot to go to, and 11.5. APOP on the backside. New 5-minute candle here, still very young. Low was 5.6. Yes, SFT finally moving higher. Swing portfolio is such a lull. MTP popped back up. APOP, possible break of 5 to the downside. Oh yeah, good call on CLSD. Yeah, that ticker just got squished. Look at KULR bouncing all the way back to 2.9. Who would have thought? Good little momentum here. 8%. That's what I like about KULR, and that's why I was able to walk away with some profits on this ticker pre-market, because it's actually pretty clean. Once you just decide on the direction it's going and realize it's a very like straight up trending ticker, it's nice. Removing limit orders on APOP for now. Yeah, I don't have the best read on APOP. I'm happy I was able to already, get back some of my losses on it. Nice, Rick. I remember in Florida, it's always so hard to find a good roofer. They're always busy in Florida. Sell off on APOP. No, instantly bounces back up. How the hell is someone supposed to trade this? So hectic. Wow, KULR back above $3. Really strong breakout. Great call on that, Ramoli. He called that at 340. I got some hair in my mouth. Ah. Maybe we'll get like a really nice session from like 10 to 10:30 or something like that. Wow, KULR. Ooh, really coming in with the volume. I'm going to remove my limit order on that one for now. MTP selling off. TOS was supposed to be triggered just now. I would maybe buy some under $3. We've had strong sell-offs though on this one. Yeah, CLSD is not looking too hot. All the tickers I want to dip trade end up bouncing before I actually get long them on the dips, so I'm being a little bit too cautious on the backside, but that's fine. It's usually a good approach. Getting too aggressive on a backside can quickly put you in the red. I'd usually rather miss a trade on the backside than get in too early. And then OX crawling up pretty nice. $35 next big resistance. $1.5 billion company, so it's not your classic company that I'm usually trading. Rate of change is a little bit slow as well, but can't deny it's elite gapper at the moment. KULR, no surprise here on this bigger sell-off. It would have been kind of like, nice to see it move to VWAP, but at the same time, this ticker has so much selling pressure, down 50% from the pre-market highs. I didn't have high hopes for this ticker. I was actually hoping it would sell off more at the open, have more of a panic, and then we would have been maybe able to accumulate around 2.5, 2.6, and then look for that reversal back above 2.7, 2.8, maybe back above 3. So that was kind of my game plan. It didn't pan out, so I never ended up trading it. Yeah, exactly, MP. Yeah, it's a bit of a shaky day here. Pre-market was a little cleaner. At the same time, I mean, there's definitely opportunities, but it's a bit of like the luck of a draw. I feel like. Mark says KULR is a killer, wouldn't touch it. It's when it moves really fast, KULR. In the second the trade's going against you, you're down like 3, 4, 5%. It's a fast moving ticker. Crash. That's funny. MTP could be a good entry coming up. $3.5 has decent support, but I was kind of waiting for maybe a break below that. I don't really think I want to jump on it above 3. Because right now, MTP is in a backside move. And when you're on a backside, you want to be only buying if it's really extended near big support. Otherwise, you're risking a flush. Oh, I know that feeling, Gonzalo. I would try to do at least 1 or 2 trades a day. I know that sounds like a little bit weird, but dividing your account up appropriately so you can do that on a margin account, I found was the best thing for me. I would oftentimes overthink it because I would be like, I only have 2 trades today, so I gotta wait for the perfect trade, and then I didn't trade for 2 hours, and then I would force 2 mediocre trades later in the day. So that was my biggest hurdle with that approach. Oh man, small accounts are they're so messy because there's so many reasons you are or are not trading that have nothing to do with the stock, which I found so stressful. But I think the best thing about doing 2-3 trades a day is you can kind of prove that you have a winning system after 3, 4, 5 months. and then either fully fund your account or just keep going, slugging along. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, Darren. You could definitely do that. Learn without trading. I feel like the hardest part about trading is sometimes just the emotional sides of things. Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, yeah, maybe just say, pre-market trading from 7 to 8 or something like that. And if nothing happens in that hour, you're done for the day. Because if you have too big of a window, you'll always be waiting for the next move. But if you have a smaller window, there's either something in that window, you get aggressive, or there's nothing in the window and you don't trade. That's sometimes the best way to go. And then you're not worried about wasting a trade because you only have another, 15, 30 minutes to trade. And you're like, this is the only opportunity it looks like that we're going to get. That could work. That honestly, Gonzalo, that'd probably be something I would consider. Plus, then you don't have the stress of like being at work or having a client meeting and being like, ooh, I wonder what the market's doing. Because trust me, that thought will drive you insane. It's not worth it. That was one of the worst parts about trading crypto is because it's a 24/7 market. Pros and cons, really. But for me, it was a little bit like, you could always be trading, which when I trade small cap US stocks, it's really like I can only be trading for my strategy, usually around the morning. And it's nice. I like not being able to trade. It's very healthy. Oh, God, man, MTP. I was waiting for an entry on MTP literally all day. I was waiting for a move right below 3. I should have just jumped in on this one. Could have walked away with maybe 3%, I think. I think that would have been a safe trade. Oh, well. Hesitated, and there it goes. Either way, if I wrap up trading right now, which I probably will do, I'm up $13.90 for the day, which is pretty nice. Yesterday we had a bigger red day. We were down $1,200 at first, and then we ended the day down like $400 and something. I don't know, 400 something. So pretty much, how to crawl out of the hole. Today, same thing happened, but not as bad. I instantly got into a $500 hole with APOP. I did a few more trades on APOP throughout the day, crawled out of the hole a little bit with that stock, and then KULR, just 3 trades on KULR, and I was able to rack in some nice profits. I did use a little bit bigger size for once, so that was part of the reason for that. But basically, we had a nice front side here on this one. Took a quick trade on this one. This was small size, only $8,000. And then I started using a little bit more size here. This was for a $16,000 here for this pops to the upside. And then I really went a little bit YOLO here. Went almost 5,000 shares. So yeah, that was about a $20,000 position size, and this was a great little bounce here. This was like a 6% move. Obviously I didn't get the whole move, but I got almost the majority of it, which is pretty nice. I should have kept on trading KULR on this bounce here because this was such clear big support on a backside move. I would have probably this would have been tricky. It would have been easy to get shaken out here. So I don't know. It would have been having to take profits quickly here with a buyback below 3. I don't know if I would have done this well, but there's definitely upside, that I left on the table. You never know how you would have traded it, though. I mean, there's a good chance I would have stumbled. Oh, look at MTP flushed. I knew this ticker shouldn't be bouncing. I knew this was premature, but still. Nice crash. Yeah. Review it, study it, and just keep going from there. That's really all you can do. Thanks, Velocity. Thanks for Molly. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up. 10 o'clock here. I think we're going to get some probably pretty solid moves at one point. I think APOP, for example, it looks like it's really found a good support. It only sold off around 12% from the open. I really think APOP or some other ticker can really, really spike today. I don't know which one it's going to be. It seems all a little bit, nasty right now. So you'll really have to see probably one of the lead gappers, APOP, CLSD, MTP, maybe NNOX, but I don't know. It's a more of a mid cap. I'm not trading. KULR maybe, but look at the volume fading on this one. So I don't know. I'm going to go ahead, wrap it up, take my profits, and, trade another day. I think that's the best for me personally. All right, guys. Actually, JFU, you guys were calling out so much. I don't think I even pulled it up once. JFU. Yeah, look at that. Quick pullback, instantly broke new highs. Very light volume, though. It would have me a little bit concerned. Doesn't look like it has a catalyst that I am seeing. Actually, here, no company-specific news. Be careful, guys. When there's no company-specific news, that's, it's usually some sort of squeeze or some other manipulation going on, and when it's over, it's over quick. All right, guys. I will see you then first thing tomorrow morning, Friday, last trading day of the week, and then weekend. Sweet. All right, guys, like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Easiest way to support the channel. I really do appreciate that. And, pros, guys. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.